Count this week. I think I did get better with the mental side, however. Still some things I need to work on, obviously, but we'll be restarting next week. So, the first trade of the week, we bought above this bar's high, or as it closed, because we had the bull strength prior, and then I knew there was a climax here, so I was a little cautious about buying, but I did end up buying right here, and I closed this bar right here where my cursor's on, the 830 bar. I closed on that because I saw these two reversal bars and I didn't like this climax in the pre-market, and I ended up making like $9 on the trade. But as you can see over here, it was good that I did close because this bar went straight down after it went up a little bit like this. So we made $9 on that day, and I didn't take any trades the rest of the day, but I marked them out like I do, and I'm not letting myself mark them out anymore. If I'm going to mark it, then I have to take it. Okay. And the next day was, the next day. And we had a 0.16 gap up. Our first trade was this strong bear reversal bar, a short. This was the 5-minute, and here's the 1-minute. We were bearish, not bearish, but like we had a couple strong bear pushes. We were at the top of the market. So I felt like this could be a good entry after we made a couple lower lows and a couple strong bear pushes. So I shorted there, which I think that makes sense. The only thing I think I could have done differently is short right here, below this bar's low, the 1-minute, instead of below this bar's low. And easy to say now, but I'm not mad about this entry, and I managed it well. Oh, maybe not that well. I lost $44 on it, which, yeah, is what it is. How much? I don't know how I lost $44 on that, but I did. Okay, so the next entry, we saw the bull trend kind of continue here after that reversal bar, and I wanted to wait for a breakout pullback, and I felt like that came right here on this bar, and I entered, and I didn't have enough money to put my stop below its low, so we got stopped out at like, I don't know, I think it was below this big green bar's low. And I think it was still a good entry again. And it worked out, but we couldn't have it work out because of the stop loss. I think I should have closed below that red bar's low just because my stop wasn't at a spot where it could have been. We did have, it was like, we had like, I think it was like $10 was our stop on this trade here. So we literally like, it was basically the last trade, and it hit. I saw this reversal bar after the bull breakout, and I took it, and we went up here, and I closed below the red bar's low, which right now it doesn't make sense, but at the time it did, because it was a strong reversal bar up after we went above a high. The push up was okay, but it had a couple wicks at the top, and yeah. And then our next entry, we entered at the bottom of this range. I felt like it was going to be a range, and I felt this was a good entry. And we closed up at the top because we could only have one position, and I would have held through if I would have had two, but we didn't have enough money to have to. And yes, the rest of the day was a bull trend day, and yep, that's all I got for you guys. We lost 44, 43, made 22, and 28.50. And the big things for me right now is just holding. I'm doing a good job of managing my losers, but I'm doing a bad job of managing the winners. Okay, the next day we didn't trade, but this is the day after that. Yes. 10-9. Okay, so we didn't trade 10-7, but we traded 10-8, 10-9. So 10-9, I started off the day with a couple of bad. Well, just wait. So the first entry we bought at this bar's low, which I think that's a good entry. We had, I'll show you the 5-minute here. Here's the 5-minute. Okay, so the 5-minute is this location right here is the same spot as this location, and the 1-minute was super wicky. We had a bunch of wicks down here, and that's why I bought as this bar went below these lows. And I don't know if that was a great entry looking back at it now. Well, obviously it didn't work, but just because, I think this was a good entry, guys. I don't think this was a bad entry. Yeah, and I just didn't read the market right. But I would think I would take this entry again. The next entry was a bad entry. It was after this green reversal bar, but the green reversal bar looked like it was a trading range. And look at the last minute bar on the 1 minute. It was a crappy bar too. And it was a terrible entry. And then I probably got scared and didn't trade these ones. And we did continue bearish. And I got back in the market at about 10, right around here. And I had 2 nice short entries, and I managed both poorly, which is what we got to work on doing. Managing the losers well, but not managing the winners correctly. Oh, this is where because I only lost like, $13 on the first trade and $24 on this trade, which was really good. But then these two come and you get this big move, and I just need to capitalize on that because we had the perfect entries. You just got to hold on to it, brother. Okay, the next day, we had 3 entries. The first one was a short below this red bar's low. Or not below that red bar's low, but basically, yes, on this bar, which is a good entry. I would take it again. We closed as on that green bar when the green bar went up. And we ended up losing a couple dollars on that trade, $7. The next trade was a buy. So we were bullish, had a strong bull breakout, and that was kind of bullish pre-market too. So then I bought. I thought this was a T range, which it almost was, but it ended up not being. I bought as we went below this bar's low, the green bar, and we ended up losing $11 on that trade. Good managing of it. But then the next trade was a bad. It's just you just need to enter lower because we were bullish, and then you could have just entered on this breakout pullback right here or on the breakout. But we didn't, and we ended up losing some money from that one. It wasn't the worst trade. And then the last trade, guys, we had a huge bear push. This is a 5 minute. This is like a $500 push. But I didn't. I was in class when it happened, and I don't know if I would have taken advantage of it. But there were entries there. But I had like $20 left at this point for my stop loss. So I shorted as that green bar closed up at the top of the range with the trend. And it was like this, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but if this would have got to here, it would have been $100. Like, this is a 1 minute bar. It was crazy how much the volatility was. And it almost worked. It almost went. But we had our stop, like right here. And because we couldn't have it where it should have been. But, so we got stopped out. But it's all right. It almost worked, and the account is a balloon. But I think there is some good from this week. I've been managing my loss as well. But I just need to work on holding the winners and just the confidence in the entries. See you next week, guys.